Evening crew members, evening everybody else. Welcome to the Manchester United crew. For all those who listened to me and trusted what I had to say about Ederson, that being that he would be our first signing of the summer for around £38 million. That was in a post of mine backdated on this page, for the 12th of May. We also stated it will more than likely be signed before the World Cup. Now, I bet you're glad you listened to me, aren't you? I told you I wouldn't let you down or waste your time. Ederson has now had the here we go from Fabrizio Romano. And you know when you hear that, you can literally take that to the bank. Excuse me. Man United have officially agreed a deal for the Atalanta midfielder for €45 million, which happens to be £39 million. So I was £1 million off the transfer fee. Not bad going there, guess-wise. Well, not guess-wise. I think he'll do well for Man United. He's not going to the World Cup, so he's got a full pre-season ahead of him to train, with his teammates, get to know them, fit into the team. He'll carry no World Cup fatigue into next season. However, he's not a Carrick signing. He's an Ineos signing. Last time we had an Ineos signing, we were granted with the services of Xerxes and Højlund. Højlund, by the way, who's just completed his 50 million transfer to Napoli. 40 million euros of that will come straight to Man United because we've already had 6 million of it through the straight loan last summer. Anyway, moving on. I just want to get onto this quickly. It's 11:05 p.m. on Wednesday, the 3rd of June. And Man City have literally just had a bid of £99.5 million rejected by Nottingham Forest for the transfer of Elliot Anderson. Just wanted to get that out there while it was hot off the press. I don't know what that was to make United do, but anyway, if you looked at my post back from the 12th of May, you'll see that I suggested 3 midfield signings, which consisted of Ederson, Fernandes, and Baleba. Now, I won't leave you down dead ends. United have reportedly just submitted a £50 million bid for Fernandes with some add-ons. I really hope instead of Baleba, we switch our main target and focus to Sandro Tonali now, which would make it Ederson, £40 million, Fernandes, £50 million. It's going up to £175 million. Transfer our midfield into potentially one of Europe's best, which I could totally see happening. But unfortunately, I'm not going to lie and say that we are in talks with Newcastle over Tonali and gaslight you all into false hope, because our motto here at Man United Crew is no fake news ever, and that will never change no matter what. All I can tell you is just what I could tell you as I did on May the 12th. That Baleba, Fernandes and Ederson will be our signings, so as it stands. Meanwhile, Morgan Rogers has reportedly turned down a move to Arsenal, saying he only wants United. My sources tell me that a bid of 55 million plus Marcus Rashford to Aston Villa could be enough to persuade them to accept. Marcus Rashford has admitted that he would be open to the prospect of the exchange. Lewis Hall, he's another one who wants Man United, as we're looking to replace the ageing Luke Shaw. United have made inquiries into the guidelines of the transfer and what it will need, what fees it will change, it'll need to make things happen. But I'll just have to keep you updated on due course. I don't know much more yet. Just to talk about one more thing. Always talk about getting a new left back when Luke Shaw has had one of the most consistent seasons of his career, and we've got Diego Dallo at right back. Now I'm seeing that Denzel Dumfries is being signed for Real Madrid because they've released his €20 million release clause. Now, I think we should have done that. But anyway, I've no idea who we're going for. United might be going for a new striker, a new number 9. I've got no idea who this may be. Well, all I can say is it won't be Robert Lewandowski, I don't think. He's too old. His wages are too much. But we do need someone to go along and speak with and play with Tesco. I think this should be Jared Bowen, who apparently we're in for anyway. Or if not, I'd love to see it be Victor Osimhen. He's one of the world's best strikers, especially when it comes to strength, height, heading, jumping reach, stamina, composure. His great movement in the box, his finishing technique, just everything. He's a tip-top quality, top-draw striker. Drop me a like and a hint, just so I know you're agreeing with everything I say and you like my opinions. And give me a follow for more up-to-the-minute transfer dates, trends and rumours, 100% genuine regarding Manchester United. You'll be tired of wasting your time reading or hearing false news that's just posted in an attempt to, do things we do differently here. We keep it real on the Man United crew. Anyway, I'm off now. I'll see you next time, yeah? So remember where you heard all this first, okay? Because there's a pretty good few things going on here, okay? Now, you know, football season, the transfer window doesn't even open till June the 15th, and we're already keeping things moving, which I like to see. Yeah. I'm just thinking about the new number 9, who else I'd like to sort of see up there with Sesko next year. I mean, Jared Bowen, I mean, he's not a striker, but he can be a striker, can't he? So, yeah, let's get Victor Osimhen, I say, all the way. Why not? He's one of the world's best. What a greater player to look for Sesko to learn from than Osimhen. I don't want to be a party pooper and all that, but I can't really get too excited at the moment about Ederson. You know, he doesn't score many goals. He's, I don't know, all I've seen him doing is sort of recovering the ball, and even then he looks a bit like he's trying too much skill just to get the ball back and all that. But yeah, anyway, we've got one signing under the belt, but like I say, don't be fooled. It's an Ineos signing. I'm not saying Carrick doesn't want him, but the thing is, Carrick will now be charged with getting his best out of him. Yeah, and if he doesn't, he'll get the stick for it, you know. So I hope he really does flourish at Man United, but it's a completely different tempo. But then in his defence, he does play at a very high tempo, Ederson. It just worries me a bit that he's not been called up for Brazil. He's not a Brazil international. I don't know. But yeah, you know, it might not be over. He might just be our sort of backup for next season. We might still be going for our marquee signing, which could be a Tonali, Shamini, Elliot Anderson. Although I do think it's going to take about 140 million to sign him, and I think that's a bit too much. But I don't see why, because of his age, you see. I mean, you get 10 seasons out of him. He's 23, so he played for us for 10 seasons. He'd be 33. 140 million divided by 10. It's 14 million pounds a season, you know? It's not... That's worth it, isn't it? Come on, if you get him top drawer, you can play centre attacking midfield to replace Bruno when he goes. Even, you know, we're talking about Ederson replacing Casemiro. Well, who's going to replace Bruno when he goes then? You know, so are we ready to buy another midfielder, or is that going to be Tonali? Because Tonali doesn't play like Bruno Fernandes. Maybe Bruno Guimaraes or Mateus Fernandes maybe plays a bit more like Bruno. But yeah, we'll have to see and wait and see what happens. But Lewis Hall, another one, he could be coming. He really could. So watch his space. I'm not going to tell you who he is, because like I say, I don't gaslight people. I think it's a waste of time. I used to scroll, when I used to start social media looking for news on Man United, I used to do my nut in with, thinking, oh yeah, we're signing, and then it's just a load of crap. But anyway, I won't give you all that, okay? If I don't think something's true, I don't think it's going to happen, I won't even post it, okay? So if I posted something, it means it's worth looking into. Now, if you don't believe in what I'm saying, then just unfollow me. Follow there's loads of other accounts out there you can go and follow. I believe the information I'm giving you is good. I know my sources are trusted. Tip top. They've not let me down over the last decade. And if you look back again through my posts, my Instagram, I've always been not the first to know, but I've released things before Sky Sports, before The Athletic, similar time as Fabrizio Romano. So yeah, again, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet. I'm just saying, you know, it's a good channel to be on, ManUtdCrew, and I wish I'd come across a channel like this when I was looking for this sort of stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed your video. Take from it what you will. Good luck. Be safe. Yeah, look forward to the World Cup, but keep your eye on the transfer window. Love your loved ones. Keep them safe and all that. And yeah, God bless. Peace out.